Hi, my name is Daniela. Welcome to the How to Give Feedback Across Cultures video. We've got 3 points to talk about today: communication styles, different cultures have different communication styles, feedback across cultures, direct feedback versus indirect feedback, 3 tips on how to give feedback across cultures. Let's get started. In a growing digital, multicultural work environment, giving effective feedback for remote performance review is essential and it can be challenging. This is why having cultural intelligence, suitable communication, and feedback styles are key. To be successful, you need to be aware of the level of directness or indirectness people use in their messages. Direct communication is usually typical of Western cultures, which tend to be individualistic, egalitarian, and analytical. Indirect communication is typical for Eastern cultures, which tend to be collective and hierarchical. Managers trained in giving direct feedback would have a hard time communicating with individuals that value indirect communication, or the other way around. This is why, as a manager, it is important to identify the communication style suitable for the remote employee and, based on that, adapt your own communication to ensure a common understanding. Here's how you can identify the signs of direct and indirect communication. Take a moment to pause the video and read these through. Which one is your style? Managers need to pay attention to how feedback is given in the culture, which might be different than the culture communication style. For example, although Americans tend to be explicit and direct, there's one big exception when they're providing feedback. They blur their central message for fear of damaging their reputation, relationships, or team morale. In a French setting, positive feedback is often given implicitly, while negative feedback is given more directly. In the US, it's just the opposite. American managers usually give positive feedback directly while trying to give negative messages in positive, encouraging language. Here are 3 tips on how to give feedback across cultures. Number one, do the prep work. Ask yourself, how direct is the communication in this culture? What are the signs that confirm the communication culture? How is positive and negative feedback given? Number two, find a culture guide, an insider person from the organization who knows the culture well and can anticipate challenges and needs of the team. Number three, make the implicit explicit. Simply explaining what you're doing during the feedback session can often help a lot. You can also talk about communication norms and preferences for better clarity. Thanks for watching.